Is. No, the content, the meeting is being sent to a third party. Got it. We're setting up the meeting. We're directing to YouTube. And looks like we're here. I think it's going to do that thing where it only has one person's face in the corner, which is annoying. Never mind. Don't think I can affect the settings. So, YouTube, we are live. Welcome to episode 94. I will do the intro now and start recording this. For podcast listeners, bear with me. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 94 of the All in Football Fantasy Premier League Show podcast. I'm your host, the self-proclaimed FPL guru, Alex Rex, and joining me today are my usual suspects, Barry Stokes and Scott Williams. Barry, how are you today?
I am ecstatic. I got some green arrows. I got a new job.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm admin in the Fantasy Premier League Facebook group. So yeah, get in.
I saw that. I saw your title change to admin. So congratulations there. Maybe you can get us even more followers. I can't even speak. I'm supposed to present a podcast, can't even speak. Maybe you're gonna make accrue us some more followers, Baz. That'd be good off the back of that. What do your responsibilities entail then?
Just post content and monitor content. It's just that.
You're gonna kick some trolls out.
Yeah, people that post Ronaldo and Messi stuff, get them gone.
It's the wrong place. It's the wrong group. Scott, hi. How's the £200 million man Archie Gray playing today?
No, he's 250 million now. World class. I mean, look, he's looking like a very assured player, which he hasn't all season. When I've watched Leeds, is a class act, and if he keeps going like this, he won't be at Leeds United in the next couple of years, I'm afraid. But I think Leeds fans will know that. He's sort of giving me the what vibes is he giving me? It's gonna be kind of like Declan Rice kind of level vibes at the minute. Yeah, not getting. I was going to say Bellingham, but he's not. He's not getting forward like Bellingham gets forward. But yeah, very impressive. Oh, Leeds.
Really, nearly.
Yeah.
Really,
but yeah,
really nearly.
Very good game. Very good game. Very even game. Which it shouldn't be able to see, but I did say when we were away this weekend. I did say that. See Leeds winning this game, especially when Chelsea lost last night. Last night? They didn't play last night. Whenever they lost.
Well, I think that leads us on quite nicely to have a little chin wag about a couple of the main talking points of the week. We do need to talk a little bit about Everton and also about why Mark Plattenberg is sat in the stands at Nottingham Forest today. But cup final. What do we make of all of the narratives and the nonsense that surrounds it? The $1 billion bottle jobs, Liverpool's kids. Scott, we watched the final together. We might have had a couple of beers.
Yeah,
maybe a couple.
A couple of shandies.
But what did you make of the game? What do you make of the narratives following on? How do you feel about the whole situation? Now it's all done.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the best 0-0s you'll see, wasn't it? Like if you not seen the game and you've got Chelsea Liverpool in the final, someone got 0-0, you are same again. Far from it. It was a really entertaining game. And yeah, I mean, look, I think they both had patches in the game where they had moments. There was some ridiculous saves in the game. I still don't understand why Van Dijk's header was disallowed. I mean, it's the most telling thing for me when I had Van Dijk score a header, but whatever. And he did score a header, but it was in 90 minutes. So yeah, fun. So yeah, it was crazy. And obviously, someone when he was watching the game, we've had the game to 0-0. I don't know how he won that bet. But yeah, I mean, look, I think £1 billion bottle jobs. I think it's slightly harsh. If you look, the game ended 1-0. It could have gone either way. Is it Mudry's fault that he was bought for 80 million? Was it Casado's fault that he was bought for 100 million? No. So I don't think you can call the players particularly bottle jobs. Yes, I think that you never have a better chance to beat that Liverpool team so depleted with players. Mm-hmm. But there's also a Chelsea team that have been crap for a season and a half.
Yeah.
So actually, they've got to a major cup final, and a couple of things have gone differently in the cup final. They'll be winning the cup. So I think it's pretty harsh, and then they're still playing against one of the best teams in the league this season. So that's my view. And Chelsea are showing tonight against Leeds why they are, and struggling again this season. They look all right going forward at times, but they just keep shooting themselves in the foot defensively.
Do you put any? How much stock do you put in the sort of Liverpool winning with kids situation? Because obviously, the kids that came on after 87 minutes, and obviously delivered a result within extra time. It's been something that's had quite a lot made of it. Baz, what are your thoughts on just on it generally, really? Because I think there's a few different perspectives and a few different angles you can take on it. I know I've got a couple.
I think it helped that Chelsea in extra time just kind of sat back and it looked like they were playing for penalties. Didn't really have an impetus to get forward, and it was quite sad to see it like that. I thought, have a go. They've got the kids on who's just come through youth teams. Just have a go and try and get something instead of sitting back and praying for penalties. Mm. So, but obviously they've got the job done. Obviously they're winning at the moment 1-0 against Southampton, where Southampton was the better side in the first half, to be honest. But obviously they've still got that fluent high press. So he's got a lot of the Liverpool youth team who he likes training with the first team. So obviously they're all eating into his philosophy and they see him as a father figure. I was listening to Lee Clark talking about it because his obviously son plays for Liverpool. So yeah, and he was just saying obviously he's like a father figure, and they get on with him so well, and they always talk every day and always got time for the players, and it's great. It's great to see obviously progression through the youth and not buying multi-million pounds like what Chelsea are doing. So
I mean, they tried to buy Caicedo for 116 million quid and then got turned down because he wanted to go play for Chelsea. So like they did try and splash a load of money that they shouldn't have done. But I do completely agree with everything else that you've said there. Like that wasn't Liverpool's novel transfer policy, was it? That 116 million on one player randomly isn't what they tend to do. They have got Alisson and Van Dijk are the two they've spent a lot of money on, of course, and obviously now Darwin. Hopefully, he'll deliver for them over a period of time. But I think what you're saying in terms of the youth team coming through and delivering, and the philosophy from top to bottom, breeding throughout the club, showed in that extra time. So very, very pleased for them. I really, really would love to get both your opinions on Liverpool without Klopp next year, especially following on from watching on how amazingly well they did in extra time and delivering that trophy. I worry for them next year in terms of the handover to whoever it might be, after we've all seen what happened with Wenger leaving to Emery and then obviously Fergie to Moyes. How do you think Liverpool will fare next year across the board, Scott?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, isn't it? I mean, I think Wenger was. I think it's a. I can't speak. Why are we doing a podcast?
I don't know. Between the two of us, Baz will have to take over.
Yeah, Wenger was in a very different circumstance to Fergie. Fergie left as a title winner and obviously a legend of the game and one of the goats that will ever live. But Wenger was it was unrest at the club. A lot of fans wanted him out. So I think that coming into that job was a lot easier. I still think the expectations were too high of Arsenal. Mm-hmm. And in hindsight, I think they'll look back at that and go, see what Emery's done at, when he's gone back to, he went to go to Seville and just win Europa League for fun and, obviously done amazing at Villa. And they'll probably think, actually, we should have given him more time. And you could potentially say that in hindsight with someone like David Moyes as well at Man United, see what he's done at West Ham. But it's always hard to replace a legend. It's a tough one as well because who do you bring in? It's looking like it's going to be Alonso. But I think Bayern are looking like potentially want to bring him in as well. Yeah. And if you think about it for a Xabi Alonso, sorry, Chelsea just scored 3-2 last minute. Conor Gallagher, great goal. But if you and then you look at it like Alonso, I think a lot of people, yeah, but he's a Liverpool legend, blah blah blah. He played at Bayern Munich, didn't he, as well? And he's got his family there. He's got to consider that as well. I think if they bring Alonso in, that'll be good. They'll need to give him time. That seems to be what managers don't get when they take over these clubs, the two we've just mentioned there. So they need to give him time, and they need to lower the expectations. You're getting to a point as well where, yes, Van Dijk's come better as the season's gone on, but he did start the season a bit shaky, and he's obviously getting a bit older as well. But you've got these youth coming in. If Guardiola's still at Man City next season, we never know what happens in football. I think we haven't got a title race essentially next season.
Yeah. I said exactly the same line earlier on. I was talking to a friend of mine at work who's a Liverpool fan, and we both said the same thing. We really genuinely fear for Liverpool next year in terms of being competitive at the top of the league. I'm talking about winning the title here. I'm not talking about on the edge of top four and this, that, and the other. I'm just talking about, I don't think they'll be anywhere near the title.
Yeah. I think you've got to if you bring Alonso in and go, look, tough, let's get top four. Let's have some, back in the Champions League. Let's have a good cup run, and let's get some, maybe try and win a League Cup or an FA Cup, but make sure we have that top four. I think that would be a good first season for him.
Yeah.
So you've just got to not have those expectations because, but I honestly think there's a chance Klopp still stays.
Yeah, potentially. What do you make of Pochettino then, Baz? Think needs more time? Do you think this is a case of there's a narrative going around here that, he didn't even do that well at PSG. I think Gracie D could have managed Gracie D could have managed PSG with Neymar, Messi and Mbappe up top and still won Ligue 1. Obviously never won anything outside of that. Not delivering very well this season at Chelsea in the league. Is he an overrated manager?
I think he's a manager that builds a team, but doesn't get the end product out of him. Not what he did with Spurs. Did really well building a team with some great players in there. Made them obviously better players as well. So with that, I think he needs time at Chelsea. He's got a lot of young quality assets there, and they just need to gel as a team. There was a stat that I heard, I think it was on TalkSport actually. Since the Champions League final, Reece James and Chilwell's only played together 13 times or something like that. And that's 100 and something odd games in that time. They've only played 13 times. The best two fullbacks, attacking threats as well. So, but yeah, I think talking about an FPL basis though, Conor Gallagher's looking like a good FPL asset.
Yeah, but the balance sheet at Chelsea means that if they can sell him, they'll be able to not get deducted 1 million points. So, which is just bonkers because he's been their best midfielder this season. I don't think that's even close. Obviously, if you consider Palmer a forward, he's not. It's just anyone picks him up, they're doing a. Oh, we nearly conceded. Doing a great job. Like he's doing a fantastic job. Sorry, Baz. I kind of half cut you off and then got distracted by your man Hudson-Odoi doing bits, switching it to Elanga and then putting it across the middle and Awoniyi not managing to quite get there at the end.
Are you both watching these games live?
Yeah. Mine is I'm on iPlayer, so I'm probably going to be a touch behind.
Oh. Oh, how's he
But
missed?
normally I play as all right, to be fair, in terms of timing. Are you
He's offside.
is yours finished now, Scott?
Yeah, just about to, yeah.
Well, FPL wise, if that means that Chelsea are Casemiro just over the bar, some proper chances here. Let's have a look. I'll go back to this. Let's have a look at the fixture, shall we? Because we just need to sort of discuss where the landscape is right now when it looks at game week 29. So a few of the fixtures have already been taken out, as far as I'm aware. That means that Chelsea and Arsenal will be off now that Chelsea are beating Leeds 3-2, unless anything crazy happens in the last couple of seconds. Burnley Brentford, we already know, is nailed on to happen. Luton against Nottingham Forest all depends on this Manchester United game, very importantly. And so does Man United, Sheffield United. So these are the two games. One of these two games will be on, depending on the result of Nottingham Forest. 6 minutes remaining, and it's 0-0 at the moment. So obviously anything can happen at this moment in time. Wolves and Bournemouth at the moment is off because Wolves are beating Brighton and are going to get through in the cup. Fulham Spurs, we know, is guaranteed to be on. At the moment, Liverpool Everton is off again because they are inevitably going to beat Southampton probably. And then West Ham Villa is on. So there's only a couple of things really to finalise here, and is whether Luton, Nottingham Forest or Man United, Sheffield United happens. If Wolves can hold on and Liverpool can hold on, and then we will be sat here with the fixtures that we thought we were going to get near enough. Was it? Oh, what happened? Scott?
I swear Liam Cooper just had a free header there. It's over. Chelsea got through.
So that's it. Chelsea and Arsenal is not going to happen. Obviously, Arsenal were out of the cup, but that's a big deal for FPL because a lot of people had Arsenal assets. That was a game that was going to make a big difference in terms of if people needed to free hit or not. Because pretty much everyone has Saka. A lot of people have a defender, so that's that game off. That makes a
plus people's got Palmer as well.
Of course, people have got Palmer, yeah, and the Gustos of the world.
Yeah,
let's not forget other players. So yeah, that's probably 3 or 4 players right there out, even though it wasn't going to be the most amazing and appealing game for Chelsea. The other fixtures, obviously from last night, were Luton got beat 6-2 by City. Did somebody? Oh my God, Forest save Onana. Get in.
Very rare, yeah. That.
Sorry, go on. Talk about your transfers that you've made already, mate, and
No.
how well he played last night.
No, I'm not talking about that. I keep trying to forget about it. I keep getting Phil keep messing me going, oh, at least I didn't get rid of the assist kid because he's brought in Solanke.
Oh no, the injury man.
Yeah,
so cropped his knee, hasn't he?
Yeah, so I was like, oh well, we'll see on that. See how because he's quite durable, isn't he? Solanke. He rarely misses games, but if it's a knee injury, it could be anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you never know with knees, do you? They are temperamental things.
Yeah. So Liverpool just had a good chance, but it got blocked on the line.
Plenty of time to go in that game, though, isn't there, as well? Scott, have you managed to find the Wolves game?
No.
Okay.
What's taking that on? I can't put it on. I'll put it on for you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Because that is a very important game here in terms of fantasy assets. A lot of people having players like Neto's and Hwangs. And obviously Solanke's.
And plus, especially with Bournemouth assets as well, because the double game week as well, you want to be potentially getting them in thinking, oh, got a double game week and they're not blanking. Happy days. But all depends on Brighton, I suppose.
It does. You never know what's going to happen with Brighton. You deserve it.
Tell you what, I don't know what I've been doing at this at Molineux. Horrendous pitch, unless it's just my TV.
I can't imagine your TV's that bad.
I'm on iPlayer.
Oh.
So that's disgraceful, actually, for Premier League club. One of the richest. Do you know what? You forget about this about Wolves. They've got some of the richest owners in the world.
They do. No, they do. 82 points. Matthew Johnson, manager of the week last week.
Nah, not Matthew Johnson.
Go.
Liverpool. Dance. Jaden
Scott
Dans.
Oh.
Scott Dans, yeah. Scott Dans son.
Scott Dans has delivered. 82 points. Neto, Van Heck, White, and Saliba, as usual, defenders not getting any points. We had Douglas Luiz, my man, Jared Bowen, Saka, Foden, De Bruyne. Goal! Come on, get in. Rashi? No, Casemiro. Come on.
Rashi, God.
He threw his head at it. But yeah, Casemiro wouldn't be, to be fair. Yeah, Casemiro from Bruno free kick. Wow, 88th minute. Big moment for FPL, that as well. Foden and then De Bruyne with no points, Solanke and Haaland. So delivering some good points from that midfield. Look at that, 15, 20, 10 and 22. That'll do, won't it?
And then obviously Anderson on bench for 6.
Oh dear. Wish you'd go on for De Bruyne, eh? Yeah, fantastic.
And obviously didn't captain Haaland, like majority of the sheep did.
Absolutely. Ended up just doing his captaining of Phil Foden. But no, went for a City asset. It's better not be offside. It's better not be offside. I think have they even got VAR? I don't even know if they got VAR.
I think
Yeah.
they'll have VAR because obviously they're playing Premier League, but I don't think they do it in the FA Cup.
I've not seen anything go to VAR yet. Today we had a big penalty.
I don't think they're doing Cup.
It feels very much like they're all very excited. Casemiro keeps tapping his head. So he seems very excited and very happy about it. Ten Hag always looks really surprised when we score.
It's the passion that you put in. He's really pleased with the passion that you put into the game, and deluded man.
Oh, it's funny. They've kicked off. Oh, it's funny. Yeah, they're literally checking VAR for offside, and they're going into so much detail here. Oh my god.
Oh, it's going to be another Spurs Liverpool.
He's onside. He's definitely onside.
Andy God thinks he's Argentine.
Well, I don't. Sorry, this is terrible for podcast listeners, but like it's.
I'll tell you what. If my draft team nearly got manager of the week.
What'd you get? Draft
76 in draft.
Did you? Very nice.
What?
To be fair, game week rank of 97k out of 11 million is fantastic.
I brought in. I tell you what. Just while we're talking about this, I'm really proud of the people I brought in draft this week. Right. I brought in Nelson Semedo 5 points. I brought in Lamptey 6 points. I brought in Dunk 10 points. I brought in Bailey. He got me 12 points. And I brought in Mateta. He got me 6 points.
Mateta, and you're all slating me about Mateta.
Can't slate you for Mateta, man. He's the only one that delivered as a striker this week, didn't he? Our differential drafts were horrendous.
Speak for yourself.
Well, mine was terrible, wasn't it? Absolutely awful. There with Neto, Garnacho, and everything. I don't understand how they can draw a line in this United game. By the way, I don't understand how they're going to try and decide if he's onside or not here because there's.
Oh, you said they already kicked off.
Well, they did. They kicked off. They kicked back to but the ref hadn't blown his whistle. They kicked it back to the goalkeeper to restart the game. They thought it was onside. Yes, goal. Sure. I mean, they could not rule that out if they'd have found a way. Oh my god. Anyway, right. So that he's cut his head. Casemiro's tapped himself on the head so many times he's cut his own head.
His wedding ring.
Yeah, it probably is as well. Should have it strapped up, shouldn't they? They're all getting really annoyed. Right, Baz.
Yes.
As it stands, then your team.
Yeah.
It's going to be as it was, as we predicted it was going to be at the moment, pending obviously United bottling this. You know, they're 2-0 up. We've got Wolves beating Brighton. Are you still dead ending your team? What's your plan in your head?
Still dead ending. I'll probably be taking maybe a minus to get 11 players, depending on who I'm actually bringing in. I've got, obviously, with the transfer from getting rid of De Bruyne and putting Bowen in, I've freed up some money so I can upgrade Archer to Tony, because I think he's an essential. I wanted really to play 2 at the back and then obviously have all attacking because, as we all know, defenders don't really score. So that was my plan. But with Zinchenko getting injured, I thought I'll get regular on in and then it gives me a -1. So, but obviously he doesn't blank in game week 29, and he looks really good going forward. So I thought he was a good asset to potentially bring in. But yeah, and Estupinian as well. I wanted to get rid of him, but obviously he's still potentially lurking about, and obviously he's playing today, so he's probably not going to play in the league. So yeah, so I will be dead ending my team and wildcarding before the game week 30 to finish the season strong.
So we're looking at Areola, Reguilon, Porro, Bailey, Richarlison. Which are the two midfielders, sorry, is it going to be? Do you think you're going to be bringing in? And then it's probably going to be Watkins, Tony, and did you say Solanke?
No Solanke, it'll just be Tony, I think. So I'll be having three at the back because obviously I've got Reguilon, Doherty, and Porro. Then I have
Doughty as well, of course. Sorry, yeah.
And then obviously De Bruyne is obviously gone. I've got Bowen, so I've got Bowen, Bailey, Richarlison, and then I'll have Watkins and Tony. Okay. And then another. I might keep Haaland because obviously I've still got value in him, so I might get rid of someone else to like Saka or something like that. Because I've got.
What did you buy him at, Haaland? 13.9.
I still had him from start of the season. I never transferred him out.
At 14 then at the start.
Yeah. So I've got 0.2 invested in him. So potentially probably get rid of Saka because I've got a lot of value in Foden. I think I've got 0.5 in Foden, and I don't want to be getting rid of him and then potentially getting him back. So, and obviously with Saka, I think it's 0.2 or something like that, 0.1. So so I was late on the party with Saka. So Saka will probably go, and I'll probably get. I don't know who to get, to be honest.
Well, this is it. I think it's difficult with.
Might get Hudson-Odoi, stuff it.
Why not? He's going to play playing Luton at the moment. If we hold on here, by the way, I don't even know how much injury time there is. We're 95 minutes into the game, and no one said how many minutes plus it is. Yeah, I think it says it on the screen. Is it plus 8 or something? Well, the VAR check took 3 minutes or 4 minutes. Callum's asked in the chat what's Solanke's injury. There's news of a knee injury. He didn't play yesterday. He's having an MRI on it to see what happens with it. So we'll see what happens there. Potential that he could miss this next game week coming, if not maybe even the double after. We just don't know what the extent of it is yet. So keep an eye on the press conferences on Friday. And he's also asked, Scott, you've got a Samsung A54. What do you think of it?
Brilliant, mate. Yeah, really good. I've been very happy since I got this in a Black Friday upgrade, and just having a phone that doesn't die after like 2 hours of using it. So yeah, highly recommend. Not quite your S range, but A range is solid. Nice.
I like it. So we're looking at the summary. So what's is it? Well, how's your game getting on, Baz? 2-0 Liverpool. How long left? What's the situation?
Last 9 minutes left. Liverpool are cruising, to be honest, just keeping it around their final third. They'll cross into the box now. Headed away, corner for Liverpool. So I think Liverpool's obviously going to win this game. I can't see Southampton getting back into it. They started really well, but apart from that, I think the second goal took the air out the lungs, and they're sinking now.
Scott, you found Wolves Brighton?
Yeah, been watching it. Yeah, it's been all Brighton. Last 2 minutes though, a couple of defenders coming on. Doherty's not Doherty, Dawson's coming on for Doherty. That's going off injured. Okay, relax. No, Semedo and Dawson on. They're just going to show up. But yeah, they've been peppering Brighton, to be fair. So it'll be an interesting one. So Liverpool Man U potential quarter. That'll be interesting.
We'll get on to that.
Plus the news about Brighton, Mitoma's out for the season.
Has he played this season?
Hudson-Odoi's done something really good here. He's just taken past 2. He's got tackled by Bruno Fernandes. But he actually did really well.
I didn't know Mitoma had started playing yet.
No, he played for like 2 games now. He's got back injury in his heart for the season. Might need operation on it. So
that makes your man of Denver a good option, doesn't it?
Yeah, and also Enciso. Enciso, yeah.
Is he back?
He's back. Yeah, he came on against Everton. So he looks like he's going to be. Yeah, it's going to be a good option.
Yeah, I think
Two cheap Brighton midfielders.
who's Brighton going to play and how they're going to set up. I think that's going to be the interesting thing. So Callum's asked, is it worth bringing a keeper for Dubravka? It depends who the keeper is, Callum. I think that's the key. It depends if you've got an extra free transfer. If not, I wouldn't waste one on a keeper normally. And it depends who the keeper is. And we did.
Dubravka played really well last night. Two good penalty saves, and he did really well. He's very unlucky with the Blackburn goal. He did a great save, and then a follow up just killed him. But apart from that, Dubravka looked really well.
Chance here for Wolves to finish it. I mean, what's he done? That is horrendous. Whoever that was, it was awful. He should just either shot or took it in the corner. And he tried to cross, and it was awful. He's not even tracking. He's not even tracking back now. No, Wolves player.
If we have a look, we'll do it because Callum's asked if we'll have a look at the league. So let's have a look at the league.
Sure.
I know.
Just really quickly, this is the second game I've just watched. I just saw Meslier come up for the corner. Now we've got Steele on his way.
Oh, is he? Steele's up for a corner, is he?
He's up for a corner. I reckon Lewis Dunk's going to score again.
Big moment.
Oh! Oh my God! It got headed down, and honestly, he had a great chance. He strung a leg at it, and he should have connected. He should have scored.
Who's Steele?
Oh yeah, Steele should have scored. Oh my God, he's in Akers' room. No one's picked him up. He's got to score. It was a Lewis Dunk header as well. I've called it.
It's fine. Abdul in the chat. Hi, Abdul. And he's just letting you know that he missed. Brilliant. Yes. Game over, United. Get in.
Abdul, come closer.
Only went to 100 minutes. Yeah, brilliant news. Eat that, Alan Shearer, you horrendous commentator. One absolute pointless man.
Was he on pointless?
Yeah, well, I think he'd be rubbish at pointless, to be honest. We've got...
Game over.
Right, so we have it confirmed. Let's have a look at the fixtures and confirm these. We only have one fixture left to confirm at Liverpool, obviously are winning 2-0. So it is, as expected, going into game week 29. It looks like we're going to have 4 fixtures pending some sort of incredible comeback from Southampton to Liverpool. We will have Burnley facing Brentford, Luton facing Nottingham Forest. We will have Fulham facing Spurs, and we will have West Ham versus Aston Villa. So those are the games that are going to take place. Those are the 4 matches. Let's discuss the options then. Let's spend the last sort of 15 minutes of this. How long's the Liverpool game got left, Baz, just to confirm?
4 minutes and then added time.
4 minutes and added time. So we'll do a few of the options that we think from these teams that are going to be available, and also a little bit more about how we're going to navigate these next fixtures and how we're going to play. So but let's do the draw as well. So Wolves will play Coventry in the quarterfinal draw. Man United will play Liverpool.
Midlands derby.
Yeah, Midlands derby. Man U will play Liverpool. Chelsea will play Leicester. And Man City will play Newcastle United. So we've got 2 all Premier League ties. And we've got, Coventry obviously still there with and Leicester. So Man City will play Newcastle, which is a big game. The important thing to bear in mind here is that if they play this, if they win this game, then they will blank in game week 34 with their first fixture. So the teams that win in game week 29 will
3-0. Dan's again.
The teams that win in game week 29, what I'm talking about is their FA Cup game in game week 29, will probably only have a single fixture in game week 34 and will double in 37. And the teams that then lose their fixture in 29, as in lose their FA Cup fixture, will then have a double game week, more than likely, in game week 34. More than likely. So important to factor that in the future. There'll be plenty of analysis done on that moving forward. So for anybody that doesn't want to take too much time to analyse the fixtures. Just wait to be told what's going to happen because it'll be pretty clear and well talked about. A couple of things in the chat. All over at Wolves. Thanks, Ab. It is 4 games. Apparently, Chan got a hamstring injury.
Yeah, he did come off early.
Interesting. Sorry, Callum. Yeah, let's go back to the league because it could be your last week at the top, mate. Looking at what's happening at the moment, Mr. Farrell is well on your back. Explain it. Oh, go on.
I was just going to say, Callum new Tottenham Hotspurs, is he?
Oh God, managed by Pochettino. To explain it quickly, Abdul, the teams that win the FA Cup fixture in game week 29 will more than likely double in 37, and the teams that lose their FA Cup fixture in 29 will more than likely double in 34. More than likely. But again, you follow people like Ben Crellin, or you follow people like just articles on Fantasy Football Hub, Fantasy Football Scout, or pay attention to this podcast, and you will get updates on what we think is going to happen. But yeah, so generally speaking, that's it. Yeah, so 4 fixtures are going to happen in game week 29. Callum, is Bowen back, and what's changed? Well, you're going to need him because Ali's right on your backside, and Richard Kirk's closed in on you as well by 19 points this week. You have been top since game week 11, though, so you're doing pretty well. Bowen back, Baz. Baz, talk to me. Jared, you've got him. You bought him.
I know, I bought him in. I believe he is. I watched the game. I was thinking, hopefully praying for a boring 0-0 first couple of minutes. Bowen goal. I was like, oh, great. And then again, I was like, oh my God. I was like, Reguilón's going to get minus. And obviously he did. So yeah, he looked really good. He was playing down obviously centre forward. Obviously, Paqueta's there back as well, and he looked really good as well.
That's key, isn't it? That's key.
Yeah. I think they just looked solid with Paqueta, Kudos. And obviously, Emerson and Soufal obviously got assists as well, and they looked really good going forward. So for me, I've gambled on Bowen, 7.7 million.
Yeah.
Obviously, got his first senior hat-trick. Yeah, he's Everton away. Obviously, Everton are good at home and good defensively. I think they're quite considered like 6th least or something like that in the Premier League. And obviously they'll be fully back as well because they've had 4 points back as well. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a tricky game, that one. But it looked really good. Everything he did, him and Kudos, got a good link up. So, yeah, I think I have obviously got him back, so I think he's going to be back.
Kudus is one of the most frustrating players you ever watched because he's obviously very good, and then he just does too much every time he gets the ball. He just does too much. I watched a bit of the game.
Second half he didn't, but first half, yeah, he was. Yeah, literally cutting inside, shooting from like a million miles out, and I'm just like, play it short.
This is the thing, but absolutely, Paqueta's the key. And even when Antonio came on, he played on the left, and Bowen still played through the middle, which is obviously how Moyes wants to play. Scotty, Jared?
Yeah, I mean, it's frightening, isn't it? I'm looking at him. When West Ham win, it's only when Bowen returns.
100%. I'm so glad you picked that.
That is crazy. Like the last, so he's gone 20 points, 2-2-2, 1-2-3. And then in those games, they've lost 3, drew 3, and won that one game. And then before that, they won 3 on the bounce to go 6-8-8. Then
literally, Burnley away and Chelsea at home, and that's it. Those are the only 2 games that they've won and he's not scored in, I think, or delivered in.
Yeah, Chelsea and Burnley, yeah. And he didn't play the Burnley game.
Yeah, exactly.
that is frightening, isn't it? So I think it's a good point, though. Keep an eye on West Ham's form then, I guess. If they're picking up form, he's going to return. So yeah, Bowen's class. Everything goes through him. I agree with what you say about who you was just talking about then.
Paqueta.
Kudos. Yeah, he reminds me of Traore. I mean, a friend of the podcast. He looks great, does everything, but just doesn't score any points. But yeah, Bowen's brilliant. I'm glad he's back. I thought it's about last week. I did. I had a look at it about 6 weeks ago, so I don't know why I was moaning that. But I have him in our fantasy draft, so that was good for me. Yeah, big Bowen.
thing is, you were talking about, like you said, Bowen's numbers, and this was the thing that I noticed about Paqueta. So obviously, Paqueta, they hadn't won without him in the team since game week 20. Like zero, literally, obviously not played any of these games, and they hadn't won. They'd drawn 3 and lost 3, and then they've won before. They've been on fantastic form before. They've only lost 1 in about 7 or 8 games. So with him being back and fit, the formation just works. Edson Alvarez, that's what he's called, isn't he? The guy that's holding midfielder is pretty good. Yeah. Playing with the Souček or the Ward-Prowse situation, all of that works really well together. You can tell how important they all are. And yeah, I think with those guys back and fit, Bowen's someone I'm seriously considering bringing into my team. And you talk about, like, people have said how bad he is for a bit. Not Bowen, but West Ham. They've said how, like, terrible they've been for a while, because they have without those players and playing well. I mean, but Bowen's still the 7th highest scoring FPL asset this season. He's obviously a top asset. 7.7, he's the cheapest up at the top. Obviously, there's a little man known as Douglas Luiz behind him. 5.6 million, still delivering 130 points. Yeah. He's over. It's done. When we did this, I think we did this stream last year, Scott, and there were loads of upsets and everything went a bit weird.
Nothing today, right?
Nothing. It's gone nearly as exactly as planned. I mean, with City winning yesterday, it just meant that it was really down to the Brighton Wolves game and the Forest game, the other thing. So Forest, the other game, was my team, Man United. So yeah, Bowen's an option. We've discussed West Ham there. Would you consider bringing any of them into your FPL teams, Baz, other than Jared Bowen moving forward? If we have a look at the fixtures moving forward, they have got Everton and Burnley as their next 2. Then obviously Villa, if you're dead ending your team. I mean, you're bringing Bowen in for a reason. Would you look at any other West Ham players?
Yeah, I think Emerson played really well as well. Got an assist and he scored an absolute worldie. So he would be someone to really look at, and I prefer him than Soufal. I think Soufal sometimes looks like he's a walking yellow card. So that's the reason why I'd go for Emerson, because I think you get more potential attacking returns. And Souček, I do like Souček. He could have scored at 2 in the first 10 minutes.
You push Souček every time on this pod, don't you?
He's one of them players. He's a cheap enabler if you want to get obviously some more value in your midfield or attack. So he could be a potential asset on that front. But obviously, I think it's just Bowen, or if you want to gamble, you could go for a Paqueta or a Kudus or an Emerson, as I mentioned, in defence. But then we've probably got Areola. So do you really want a double West Ham defence?
Mm-hmm. No. Well, I wouldn't want a double defence of any team this year. I think that's the thing, isn't it? But yeah, Emerson at 4.4 is great value. Definitely don't disagree with that. And like I say, you've got Areola. And yeah, it's Areola, Bowen, and maybe one more that makes sense. I do think there's a lot of midfield options, so I probably wouldn't have any others in my team. But yeah, Scott, your West Ham boys, before we move on to just quickly touch on Villa, because we talked about them a lot on the pod. Any others?
Not really. No, I like the Emerson shot from Baz. I think you need to just run like God to get pick up the team right in front of me. Just look at the screen, Scott. I think you need to run. There we go. I couldn't see him. Souček's going to have a run of 3 games where he gets like a few goals, and you just need to get lucky when that is. But I'm proving me wrong. It's not this season. There you go.
No,
there we go.
Yeah, 8-8, 2-1-1-7-8.
Yeah, so it looks like he kind of does it in a couple. Yeah, I mean, it was like season before last, was it? It was unbelievable. He's scoring for fun. Yeah. But I like the Emerson shot.
I think Souček's a good draft player. All them draft players out there.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that as a shout.
Yeah, because he's pretty, unless you got a massive draft league, he's going to be available.
Yeah, 100%. Looking at the Villa players, when you look at the fixtures moving forward as well, Luton, Spurs are whatever in terms of defence, and obviously Villa are at home as well, and then the West Ham and even Wolves for the game after. Because what I will say is, just on this point, while we're discussing it, is that I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people just looking at the fixtures in game week 30, we all talk about dead ending our teams into game week 29. I wouldn't be surprised if we dead end them into game week 30 and wildcard into 31, just because of some of the fixtures in game week 30. So that's why I'm going to refer to that a little bit when we're doing this. But we'll have a look at those fixtures in about 5 minutes probably. So Luton away, Spurs at home, West Ham away, Wolves at home. Ollie Watkins, you brought in Bailey Bowers, brought in Bailey, didn't you?
Yeah.
I've got Moreno, which I'm bang averagely bothered about. I've got Douglas Luiz, and I'm bringing and Ollie Watkins. So those are my 3 Villa that I've got. I have them, and I will have them all the way through. Lads, pick 3 Villa. Before we swiftly move on to next team.
I'd go. I've got Watkins and Moreno, and I'd probably go Bailey as my third.
Barry,
I'll just be plain boring and go Watkins, Luiz, and Bailey. I don't like any of the defenders.
Fair enough. I don't think we like any defenders at any point anyway, do we?
We did like Cash, but then obviously it came a rotation risk. So,
yeah.
And with Konsa coming back from injury as well, I think he's going to get dropped again. So,
he is as well, because Konsa will fill him at right back and switch to 3.
That's one reason why I went. That's one reason why I went regular on over Cash.
Yeah,
I was even eyeing up Emerson, but I was like, West Ham's form's not great. I don't want a defender and don't want double West Ham. But yeah, it could have worked out quite nice.
Yeah. Brentford. So their fixtures moving forward: Chelsea at home, Arsenal away, then Burnley away in game week 29. Man United at home. The talk of Tony is, if you've got Tony, obviously you hold him and play him through. Obviously, you're not going to sell him right now. Really, there must be. You'd have to have some real free transfers to want to do that. Seems relatively essential for game week 29. With those fixtures, would you look at getting anybody? Would you let anyone in from Brentford before game week 29? Just at all, Scott? Because I know obviously Baz has got regular on.
Not really. I mean, that Chelsea at home fixture is not hard. The way they're going at the minute, but there's no one that's particularly jumping out like seasons gone by for Brentford this season. I think they're having a decent season, but no one's that. There's no them individual performance. I know Mbeumo had a great start for this season, but not for me. I won't be getting anyone in.
I mean, either. Baz, anything on that? I can't imagine there is, other than you said.
If
Tony.
Callum, we mentioned about obviously subbing a goalkeeper. What about Flecken? Goalkeeper saves.
Yeah, in terms of goalkeepers overall for points this season, he's there.
Bang average.
Meh. Yeah, meh.
That's
just
crazy that Pickford's winning. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, Pickford's a top scoring goalkeeper this season, and
jeez.
Was he up there? Choking my water.
This is what a massive joke goalkeepers have been this year. I've got.
I think that just shows you, doesn't it? When you've got like Alisson only 4th, and season's gone by. Martinez 6th, Ederson 7th. That no one's keeping clean sheets this season, and it really hinders you better teams when there's 2 shots on target against City and one of them goes in. You ain't getting any points there for Ederson, are you?
Exactly. It's a waste of money having high defender. We've all had. If you had Trent for his 6 weeks and you had Trippier for his 6 weeks, then you kind of laughing. You got those guys at those moments, but the rest of the time, Fabian Schär for his couple of weeks when he decided to become unbelievable.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was on my bench. Burnley. Should we move on?
Yep.
Yeah. What absolute waste of time that was. Everyone wants to go to bed. So what an absolute waste of time that was going to be. Brentford, Brighton. Who was the next one that was going to be? Fulham. Was that the next team on the alphabetical? I think it was. Have I missed one?
Yeah.
Well, I thought Scott was going to tell me I missed someone then.
No, I said you've got Luton now, aren't you, coming up?
Certainly do. Anyone from Fulham at all? No, we're moving on.
Yeah.
Great. I like it. I like this. This is good.
Castagna, Robinson, William.
Oh, you just love these players, but none of them are going to get picked by anybody.
Muniz. You keep forgetting about Muniz.
We do, but is he 4.5 yet, or is he still
4.4 still, I think.
Here he is, 4.4. What absolute hero this guy is. 8, 13, 8, and then 2. And they won that game.
And he hit the post, didn't he, as well?
He did it. The great little turn, that as well. Brighton, Wolves, Spurs, and Sheffield tonight. They do have good fixtures. Like, it's not it's not
That's
like
what I mean.
look at them. Yeah. So 4.4, Muniz, reserve striker.
Iwobi.
Don't talk to me about Alex Iwobi. Right. I think Muniz is basically the man. Leno seems to get a lot of save points and stuff. Obviously, don't go massively against Fulham defence. We get told off for that. No one's mentioning. There we go. The Willy Wonka experience, Callum. Honestly, some of this chat is just terrible. Abdul, the update on the Solanke injury was we covered that earlier, and unfortunately, we don't know knee injury, so we're not too sure at this very moment in time. Callum says Barkley for the England squad while we're covering these lot. Scott, shout, not shout, never happening.
Couple of it. No, not right now. He's not getting in the full squad. But tell you what, a couple of injuries closer to that Euro squad. Yes, he's been there. He's been at big tournaments before. He's playing well. He impressed me last night. I'll be honest. I kind of forgot there was football on last night and turned it on for the second half, and I thought he was looking really good against City. Actually, a bit of a crazy game. But for me, a couple of injuries needed. Them positions we're too strong in those positions.
Yeah, I agree with that. Sorry, I'm just trying to read the chat. Callum's talking about Willy Wonka. Luton. So any other options from here that we can consider? Obviously, Adebayo is now potentially injured. I brought him in for a reason, to double game week and play, and obviously now I have to take him out. So he's probably not someone to buy. Morris, top scorer, takes pens, 101 points this season, 5.1 mil.
Makes sense.
How weird is it that we've got like a handful of striking options? Like we never have any strikers, and now we've got like Watkins, Solanke if he's fit. Tony, obviously Haaland's playing for us at the moment. Then we've got like Morris and Muniz. They could be, kind of a little blend of players. Alfie Doherty, the every single fantasy manager on Twitter's Cafu for the past like 6 weeks. It's been hilarious. You should have seen the amount of press this guy's got after getting 3, 1, 1, and then obviously 0, and then blanking. I mean, it's hilarious because obviously he did 9, 7, 9, 5, 6. Yeah, you are?
It's since I brought him in.
Is this your troll? Have you got another troll?
Yeah.
But yeah, he had a fantastic run from game week 15 to game week 22, to be fair to the lad. I mean, he was non-existent before that. Had a little run.
He didn't start the season though, did he?
Well, he got some appearances, didn't he? I don't know what's happened here. Google Translate English. I don't know what's happened here to my screen. We did play most minutes. We played in every game, but he did get minutes. But yeah, 8 points. But he blanked in.
He started Ryan Giles, didn't he?
That was a shame. But
who?
Somewhere down here, isn't he? Amari Bell, your favourite player, mate? A lot.
Oh, Bell.
Oh,
Bell.
Yes. So, what we're looking at here, Morris. Poor guy. What's happening?
Poor guy. What? What was that?
It's because you put translate on.
That's my translate.
I thought that was a player.
That's what that translates to. What's happening?
That's he gives this a lot.
Translate to English.
Sorry, his parents called him poor guy. Well, proves him wrong.
Who's a lot? Tendon Mengi.
Oh, he had a lot of hard work though, didn't he? Last night.
He did, yeah. So that's the Luton lot. Let's move on from this. Barkley, Doherty, yeah, fine. Morris, I wonder if it's going to change any more players for me here.
Interesting.
Your boys, Nottingham Forest, Field at the top.
Yeah.
Anthony Elanga.
Tony.
How do I even turn that around? I don't even know how to do that. Yeah. So one player again, another striking option really is Awanihi, because I mean he
Yeah.
does look good. I mean Liverpool next and Brighton away, but Luton away and Palace. He's somebody that you could definitely be looking to bring in for game weeks 28, 29, and if you wanted to do it in game week
For the
30.
foreseeable, like looks for it.
Well,
Well, I
yeah, I mean,
agree.
fixtures are great, and he does return, does deliver again. He'd be if striking options are really short in FPL. He's a draft guy to get in because he does deliver quite well. Not as much as always this defender, although I know unknown return date. Did I have any other teams other than Spurs? Well, West Ham we've already talked about. So Spurs. Let's finish off with Spurs. Son, Richarlison, Kulu, Madison. I think we've got to see who plays, haven't we? Really, out of these lot. I mean, they've got Palace, Villa, Fulham, and then Luton. Those are the games they've got. Happy with you two? You've got two Spurs assets, Baz, haven't you? Porro and Richarlison. Scott, how many have you got?
0.
None. So would you look at bringing any in now? You know, these what the fixtures are. If you what you any of them appeal to you? Any players that you think Spurs?
Yeah, I love James Madison, so probably looking at getting James Madison in. I haven't really took notice of Spurs over the last few weeks.
Just lost the Wolves, didn't they? Edge
Yeah.
Everton. I mean, what an absolute tepid set of results.
That's probably why I've not really noticed them. It's quite tepid. That's a great word to use. You know, mundane, tepid, vanilla.
Considering everyone at the beginning of the season was like handball galore, it does feel it's gone a little bit stale.
Yeah, I think this little
what start, by the way. Remember that? Spurs going to win the league. Brilliant. Sorry, Scott.
I was going to say, no, they got like Son's been back now, obviously, a few weeks since the Asia Cup and that, and Madison's got his eye back in after injury. I think you could see him going on a little run again, if I'm honest.
Callum asks, is Richarlison over? Like, because of the last two results, is he somebody that I think we have to say Baz is obviously not going to sell him as an owner with your tactics going into game week 29. But let's just say, for example, you were free hitting in game week 29. You're not selling him before Palace at home here.
No.
But let's say that game doesn't exist, Fulham away. Let's just take that out. So that doesn't exist. You're probably not selling him even with Villa away, Luton, West Ham, Forest, are you?
No. Oh,
but
I'll keep him.
But would you bring him in?
I won't be bringing him in. There's so many different players. Obviously, Bowen's obviously around that price, isn't he? So you'd be looking at potentially Bowen. Or even Madison as well is not obviously is quite a bit more, but there's quite a lot of mid-price midfielders that you can jump on, like Neto, for example. He's obviously a lot cheaper, and you can obviously invest the money elsewhere. So yeah, for me, if I didn't have Richarlison now, I wouldn't be getting him. So
fair play. I like the Madison chart from Scott. Because I also think he's going to be a good differential. I think that's going to be somebody that it's going to, I think that's going to be good as a player. Yes, so Ben's just confirmed that in terms of the fixtures. Interesting to keep an eye on Twitter to see who we think is where they think the blanks and doubles fall.
One thing I'll say about that, Ben Crellin is fantastic. I've hated the way he's done Nottingham Forest there.
Yeah,
weird, isn't it? No, I didn't even notice. But is that my Google Translate?
I could be, yeah.
I just don't know anymore.
It would probably been Nottingham and then trees or something like that.
Yeah, I won't be surprised.
Well, if it's Nottingham, it'd be vegan, won't
it? So we've got the most transferred in player this week being Dominic Solanke, and then Mo Salah underneath.
God.
I always find some of these hilarious. De Bruyne is the most transferred player out as well.
I'm surprised Bowen's not there.
Yeah, Bowen must be on the way, surely, you'd have thought, for these players of the week. Game 22, Connor Bradley. Right, let's have a look at the fixtures, shall we?
Don't forget about the differential draft.
Well, of course, we've still got that to do, haven't we? I've done no prep for that. It's going to be a fun week.
Right.
So
We're doing
Oh God, I'll be about half an hour then.
Don't worry. Well, I'll just try to do it as fast as I can do. Leagues and cups, fixtures. You've not done anything, Scott, have you?
No, panic. I didn't know we were doing it tonight.
Oh God.
Let's do it. Let's just get our players down. Brentford Chelsea. Deadline's at 1:30 on Saturday the 2nd of March. Brentford Chelsea, Everton West Ham, Fulham Brighton, Newcastle Wolves, Forest Liverpool, and Spurs Palace. All 3 o'clock kickoffs on a Saturday. We've got a big list of 3 o'clock kickoffs on a Saturday, which doesn't normally happen. Luton Villa at Luton, Burnley Bournemouth, Manchester Derby, the second biggest game for Manchester United in the season after Liverpool, Man City, Man United, and then Sheffield United, Arsenal. A couple of captaincy shouts here, do you think? I think so. Obviously, Solanke being injured probably takes him out of this shout against Burnley, who are one of the worst teams in the league. Talking of one of the worst teams in the league, got Sheffield United. You know, Saka has been delivering recently there. You can't rule out Haaland against Man United, can you? Let's be honest. You never know what Man United is going to turn up, and Haaland at home has smashed us to pieces a few times. He really likes playing us. It's going to be really hard when I don't captain him, so I'm not captaining him against my team, to get hurt, because it's probably going to happen. Captain Haaland, everyone, because I'm not this week. Not doing it against my own side. And then Luton, obviously, Villa. Mr. Watkins, Liverpool, it's Forest. There's loads of choices there this week. Pass.
Haaland, he scored 5, and he loves playing against Man U, doesn't he? So mine's on Haaland or Saka, one of them, but it's on Haaland at the moment.
I think I've got mine on Watkins at the moment and Saka vice, but it's probably me Saka, I think. So I think I'll watch that Monday Night Football game. So I might as well have my sweat till the end of the week after Haaland smashes Man United. At least I'll have then a sweat after. Scott?
Yeah, the guy who just scored 5 goals against another Premier League team will be my captain. I don't think Man United, for a big club, Man United's not a hard fixture at home either, in my opinion.
Not when you're City. Good point, Callum. Good point. Manager of the month. Got manager of the month to give out. Have that written down. Scoot over that. Very quick, very easy. For February, Nikola Vasovic. 331 points. Ash Norris, 2 points behind. And then Ali Farrell there in 3rd. Jimmy Barker, 4th. What a guy. And then Cully in 5th there as well. Congratulations, Jimmy, on the birth of your baby boy, of course. But yeah, congratulations to Nicola. You joined January's manager month of Sandy Punjan, December's of Marco, November of Nicola Tomlinson, who delivers every season.
Join with me.
Yeah, join with you. Martin Wheel in October, who he's still dining out on that. Jamie Rhodes in September, and August, our favourite Hughes, Will. So yes. Right then, let's do differential draft, shall we? Let's see what happens, and we'll wrap up the podcast with that. Who knows how this is going to go down? Is it me first as well?
No, it is
me.
No, it is. Yeah, you're right, Alex. Alex, you got 8. Yeah, Dallo, Garnacho, Neto, and Calvert-Lewin and Flecken of 8.
Mine were.
And then Scott, you got 11, and I got 27 with my experiment of no one over 1%.
Shut up.
And that puts me at top of the season league as well.
Overtaken me. I've been leading the damn thing the entire way as well. Have you gone past me now? Oh,
yeah,
no,
454. You're on 442 and Scott's on 390.
Sounds like everything in my life.
I'm not going to lie. I've obviously not done great, and some of it is down to stupid picks. Oh, so I've run like death, man.
Sounds about right. All right, I'll go for James Maddison at 9.7%. What I'll start with.
Yeah, well done. Actually, to be fair.
Thanks.
Did Abdul just say Huang's injured?
Yeah.
Abs, what are you doing to me?
Don't pick him.
Let's really go for this person. Obviously, then let's go for Luis Diaz.
That's such a lazy pick, but I love it. I'll just go for Diaz.
I'm gonna go for Harvey Elliott.
Oh God, you're taking the mick now. You are absolutely you're just taking the mick. Gabriel Jesus, I'll go for. Need to get a striker pick, don't we?
He's not playing, is he?
Yeah, why not?
I'm doing visual effects here. Sorry, I'm doing this on my phone. Go away, Ben Chilwell.
To be fair, I should have picked Moon.
Is that Chilwell you picked?
No, I'm going to go for Leon Bailey.
Like that, Scott. Very nice pick from you.
Thank
I'm going
you.
for.
Oh, my phone's locked.
You-
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can see it. Right. I'm gonna take the mick again. I'm gonna go for Kai Havertz.
Are you because your ridiculous experiment worked last week? Are you just taking the mick this week?
Are you doing it on the 0.5 this week? What are you doing?
He's 1 point something owned.
Oh, is he? Moo.
I know, gone crazy on that. That's me over one done.
Wow.
Harry Kane is still 0.6%.
You're cheating there, mate, aren't you? I'm gonna go for Kudus. 3%.
I'm going to go for Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, my boy.
I'm going for Neto.
Neto.
Neto, is he a goalkeeper?
Yeah, that Neto.
I'm not. I was going to say you're going for the attacking one, or not. Let's go for a goalkeeper, and let's go for. I need to go for somebody under 5 and under 1. Let's go for Kelleher.
Oh, cheeky boy.
Good time wasted.
Yeah. Andy Roberts and Andrew Robertson.
Cheeky boy. I love it. Oh dear.
I'm going for Kivior.
I was literally just about to pick Kivior. That's really annoying. Now I've got to actually think again for some.
Is that it?
No, one more.
Oh boy. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we've got one more to pick.
Oh, goalkeeper.
I've got to go for a defender that's under 1% owned. And I really, yeah, go on then.
Smith.
Gonna go for Semedo.
No.
I think he looks very good going forward at the moment. I'm a big Nelson Semedo fan recently.
I think I heard this person just said. Did someone say Kelleher?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. See, I was listening.
You're in trouble now because you've left yourself a goalkeeper.
I know my phone keeps locking. It's really annoying me.
Oh, great podcasting.
There's good Kaminsky or Trafford.
What's Jose Sarr saying? Ooh, no.
You've got to go for Trafford anyway, Scott. Because he's your favourite player of all time.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Hold on. Sorry, Callum said, "Are we doing the iconic Billy Gilmore?"
Oh, God. Probably would get me more points.
This is the best
It's
draft.
suspended, so you'd be struggling on that.
Sorry, Callum just put this is the best draft yet. Just need Scott to name someone who's already been picked and it's perfect. And then he went Kelleher and he puts it out of 10. Have you picked yet?
I might go. Yeah, I'm thinking Fabianski. It might be Kaminsky, actually.
Everyone's turned off now. It's literally just Callum watching it. Love it.
No. Is anyone gone Sam Johnson yet?
No. Grab him.
Well, there's a wait Spurs. Where would you?
I went to the Newcastle.
Oh, Stuart, let's go Jose Sarr. Give him some save points.
Back in Wolves' defence.
Finish it off. I'm going to go for Nunes. Fulham striker.
There you go, innit?
Who?
Love that.
Darwin.
Well done, Scott. Right, lads. That's us. I'm going to bed. You're going to bed. We're all going to bed. And that was a fun pod. I really enjoyed that. So we are locked in. There we go. Oh, what a mess. We are.
You're horrible at technology, aren't you?
I'm
translating everything.
I'm trying so hard as well. Like I'm really not the most tech savvy person ever.
I don't want to be saying that. I might get done like Brendan Rodgers.
What does he do?
What's he been doing? He's been caught doing something online.
No, and finished a reporter, and he just said, "Good girl, good girl,"
Did
and they
he?
thought they were being sexist. But he says it all the time. He says, "Good lad," all the time to everyone.
Oh
That's how
God.
he says it. So
Well done, Brendan, for being incredibly not PC. But that's it for this week. I'm going to end the recording for podcast listeners, and then I will end the live stream. So everyone who's listening to the podcast, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like us. Don't forget to like us. Please like us. Social media platforms, all of our Pod of P, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Give us 5-star review where you get your podcasts from. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and like the videos. And then you'll also get nice little alerts when you click the bell when we've posted things. And also you'll have heard when we've gone live as well. So thank you very much, Barry. Goodbye for now.
goodbye.
And Scott, goodbye for now.
Cheerio.
Recording stops right now. YouTube watchers. I've got to end this. I don't really know how because I always forget because I haven't got one of these for ages.
Abdul,
turn
how do we
laptop.
end it?
Abdul doesn't know. Abdul's left, I think.
Abdul's gone.
Callum.
We've literally just got Callum and then one other person, and it says 3 people are watching. One of them's me, so I come on at the chat. So I don't know who the other person is, but whoever the other person is watching right now, thank you for sticking with us this moment in time. And I'm
Probably
going to
Brendan
try.
Rodgers.
We didn't cover the Forest question. My mum had. We'll cover it next week.
Sorry, also hilarious. Because as soon as I've said that, we've gone down to 2 people.
Wow.
You
So
pissed them off there.
thank you for sticking with us, and they just immediately left.
Double follow.
It took off 100%.